Cauchy inequality. The statement of the theorem is if f of z is analytic inside and on a circle C of radius r centered at z equals z naught, then the absolute of nth derivative of the function at z naught is less or equal to m times n factorial over n to the power n, where n is from 0 to 1, 2, and so on, and capital M is a constant such that absolute of f of z is less or equal to capital M. अच्छा, गिवन ये है कि फंक्शन जो है वो एनालिटिक है इनसाइड और ऑन अ सर्कल सी. दिस इज अवर सर्कल सी, गॉट इट, and the center of the circle is at z equals z naught, and the radius of the circle is r. Got it? So we have to show that the mod of the nth order derivative of the function at z naught is less or equal to capital M times n factorial over r to the power n. और ये जो capital M है, this is basically a constant, और इसका मतलब ये है कि फंक्शन जो है वो आपका बाउंडेड है, ठीक है, बिकॉज एब्सोल्यूट ऑफ एफ ऑफ जी इज लेस आर इक्वल टू एम. ओके, सो प्रूफ करते हैं अब इस थ्योरम को. ओके, सो वी नो दैट फ्रॉम द Cauchy integral formula for derivatives, so we know that from Cauchy integral formula that the nth derivative of the function at z naught is equal n factorial over 2 pi iota integral along the closed curve C f of z over z minus z naught whole power n plus 1 into dz. Okay, where n is 0, 1, 2, and so on. Let me call this is my equation number 1. Got it? Okay, so we know that कि आपका जो सर्कल है इसका इक्वेशन कुछ आएगा z minus z naught is equal r, right? And we know that the circumference of the circle is 2 pi r, or we can also say that the length of C is 2 pi r. Got it? अगर इसी तरह मैं बात कर लूँ कि भाई z minus z naught ये बराबर होगा आपके पास, यानी z minus z naught whole square, that would be equal z minus z naught mod whole square equal r square. In this similar pattern, we can say that z minus z naught to the power of n plus 1 mod is equal z minus z naught to the power n plus 1 is equal r to the power n plus 1. Got it? Okay, also we know that हमें ये भी पता है कि जी इंटीग्रल along C mod of dz that gives us the length of the the length of the curve. And here the curve is circle, and the length of the circle C is 2 pi r. So here we have 2 pi r. Got it? Okay, now putting all these values in equation number 1. So here you can see equation 1 implies that, so that is, you know nth order derivative of the function at z naught is equal n factorial over 2 pi iota integral along c f of z over z minus z naught whole power n plus 1 into dz. okay, so both side आप क्या करें, absolute ले लें. So absolute of this, the left side, and similarly the absolute of the right side. Got it? Okay, now we can say that the right hand side must be less or equal, you know, n factorial over 2 pi iota mod, and then integral along c mod of f of z over mod of z minus z naught whole power n plus 1 into mod of dz. Got it? Okay, now here you can see that you know n factorial is always positive, so no need to write in absolute. So n factorial over 2 pi iota is again, no need to write in absolute. 2 pi iota can be written as 2 pi, because uh, 2 pi iota mod is equal square root of, there is no real part, so 0 square plus 2 pi whole square, and that would be equal 2 pi. Okay, so the denominator 2 pi iota absolute can be written as 2 pi, and then integral along c, and this function, this is bounded in our statement, that is f of z is bounded and then bounded by m, so we can write, instead of mod f of z, we can write capital M over z minus z naught whole power n plus 1 absolute, that is equal r to the power n plus 1. So substitute here r to the power n plus 1 into mod of dz. अच्छा, यहाँ से आपके पास m जो है ये कांस्टेंट है, r जो है ये भी कांस्टेंट है, सो इनको आप इंटीग्रल से बाहर लेके आए, सो ये बन जाएगा n factorial over 2 pi then m over r to the power n plus 1, and here we have integral along c absolute of dz. Okay, so that is further equal n factorial over 2 pi multiplied by m over r to the power n plus 1, and we know that this integral shows the length of the curve. So here the length of the curve c, that is circle basically, and that is equal to 2 pi r. So just put 2 pi r here. Okay, So you can see 2 pi r will cancel out with 2 pi r, and here finally we left with absolute of nth order derivative of the function at z naught is less or equal n factorial times m over r to the power n for n is 0, 1, 2, and so on. Basically r will cancel out with r n plus 1, so we left in the denominator with r to the power n. Okay, so this is the required proof of Cauchy inequality, sorry.